Okay. Okay, good. So, yeah. So yesterday we have completed installation part of the Linux operating system, RHL 7.2. So have anyone tried? Did anyone install that operating system? Have you installed VMware workstation? Did you install RHL operating system on that workstation? Come up please.
Uh,
Not yet.
Not yet, sir. We are trying to install. I think I'm going to install tomorrow. Uh,
Okay, is it Sunil? Okay.
it's me, Srinivas. We are both on
Oh,
one
okay, okay,
system.
okay, okay, fine, fine, fine.
Uh-huh.
So okay, but see, don't delay more on practicing Linux operating system commands or installation part, because if a day passed, what happens? Uh, you will either try to forget that and or you will lose the interest. So please try to complete day by day syllabus and keep, first of all, put practice, more practice on that, so that our target is to achieve the certification of RHCE. So there must not be a single minute time waste. Okay? So you should work more hard, and okay, you should need to put more efforts, right? Fine, no issues. Venki, and especially for you. So though you have missed all the three classes, first three classes. So today actually you might have missed only the introduction part, okay, and also
Okay.
installation part. So try to install and go through the introduction classes as early as possible. And though
Sure,
you have
sure.
not yet attended that first three classes also, you can start from here, because today is the first day class for the commands, and also we are going to use the command line interface. Okay, so you need not worry, just have a put just one concentration on this. So today I will ensure that you will be getting uh, the video share, and please let me know if at all you did not get within 1 hour. Okay, you might be going to sleep, but as early as possible, you let me know if you did not get the share, if you did not get the videos. Actually, according to me, you have to get by, uh, if we complete the class by 9 o'clock, by 10 o'clock, you need to get the videos. I'm going to confirm
No
now.
problem.
Okay, so fine,
Sure.
yeah, I'm going to start the session. So don't worry, today commands are there. So you need not feel much difficult. Okay, command, I need to more concentration. I need to by heart all these things. More options are there. So what this sort of fell out of all this. So you need not feel all these things, because whatever the commands you are learning today, you are going to start to practicing on this on a daily basis from today. What are the commands you learn tomorrow, you start learning and practicing from tomorrow. So it will be in a iterative manner. Daily you are going to use all those things. So on a practice, what happen? You will automatically get those commands. Okay. There are few special topics where you need to put separate concentration, and you need to practice on that, and where data is related, storage sort of administration is there, the LVM sort of, then there you need to put more concentration, and there you have to learn particularly on that. Okay, so I'm going to start. So we are in currently, welcome to this Linux world. This is the right platform for an open source administrator, right? So we are at our day 4, 4/10/2016 for us, and what we came through. So just we have discussed only two things: the installation of RHL 7.2 and introduction to Linux desktop and its features, and what we go through today. So today our concentration is entirely on the command. So we are going to discuss PWD, which, ls, man, date, touch, cat, make, dir, or mkdir, cd, head, tail. So these are the few commands I thought of discussing. So to the possible extent I will discuss. I can't ensure that all these commands I want to pierce in your mind today on the first day itself. Okay, so I just try to start. Okay. So earlier to that, just give me 1 second time. Yeah, thank you. So learned about GUI. Let's start working over command line interface. So please mute on your side. Naveen and Venki, I'm getting
Yeah,
voice.
just a second.
Good. Thank you. So command PWD. The command PWD in Unix-like operating systems writes the full path name of the current working directory to the standard output. This command is a shell built-in command in most Unix shells such as Bourne shell, Bash, KSH and ZH. See, one second, let me start our operating system. Yesterday we have started, right? In VMware workstation we have installed one operating system. So this is VMware workstation. Yesterday we have installed, and what was the operating system? What is the name? VM name we have given as the demo RHL 7.2. Just I am powering on. Okay, let it get powered on. In that meantime, I will try to explain this slide. See, PWD stands for print working directory or present working directory. You can say both of the things. So you are actually going to see, you are going to type the commands in particular the command prompt. Yesterday we have seen that command prompt. So I will explain about this command prompt now. So how does it look like, and what are the different parameters, or sorry, what are the different sections of that command prompt, all those things. So currently you are going to type all the commands at that command prompt. Yesterday we saw that command prompt. Yesterday we discussed what points. We discussed that by default RHL, in RHL 7.x. 7.x means 7.0, 1, 2, 3, whatever the releases that go on until that 7.x we used to call. Okay, so in that actually one graphical console and 5 other text mode consoles are there. The first graphical console is resides at Control Alt F1, and 5 other text mode consoles Control Alt F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. Okay, so if you try to open the text mode consoles, you are going to provide the login name. Okay, so let us see that point. So here this is actually Control Alt F1. By default you logged into the graphical desktop you got. So now if I want to go to, for example, text mode console, now I need to press the key of combination of this. Where is it? Yeah, I got it. Okay, so Control Alt F2 I pressed. So this is the place where actually I can log in only in the text mode. So here I am going to provide some username. Actually I want to log in as the administrator. Who is the administrator in the Linux operating system? Root is the administrator. So what is his password? I provided the password as simple A. So just log in. So I am going to get a command prompt. We call this prompt as the prompt. Prompt is something, it is ready to take some input from you. It is asking some you, so that we call as a prompt. Okay, fine. So here you got one prompt like root @localhost. One symbol is there, we call this symbol as the tilde symbol. Okay, anywhere, not only in Linux, anywhere we call this symbol as a tilde symbol, and here you see as the hash. Okay, so what I will do is I will try to log in as another user. Let us consider I go to Control Alt F3. I go to Control Alt F3. I have another console. So from here, I think we created test user 1, I think, right? So test user 1, enter, and here I provide as a yeah, A is the password I have provided for that user. So similar the way I provided the password, I got one more command prompt here. So here test user 1 localhost tilde symbol again. Here dollar prompt I got. So earlier when I log in as the root user, I got the hash prompt. Here dollar prompt is there. So let me go to the Control Alt F1 graphics. Here actually I want to log in as the which user. Let us say root user. I am going to log in to load into the graphics. Okay, good, fine. So now yes, right. Okay, so here where actually we can open and where can we type the commands. So I said something like that. So in the text mode consoles you are going to go, yeah, you have just now seen that prompts where actually you used to type the commands of the Linux operating system. So that is the prompt. It is ready to accept the inputs or the commands from you. So that is the prompt. Now in graphics environment, where you can do that one, you have one option, right click, open in terminal. Okay, we call here in graphics, instead of consoles we call that one as a terminal. Graphics itself is a console. The whatever the desktop that you are seeing on here, that itself is a console. On that console you are going to see one terminal. Terminal is something like, we call this one as a pseudo terminal. Okay, pseudo means virtual, not real, not existing, imaginary, illusionary, like these type of English definitions are there. Okay, so pseudo means that one. So here the whatever the terminal means, again it is a terminal means end point, right? Generally if you go, I'm talking only in English language. So terminal means end point. From the end point actually you are going to provide the instructions, and it will go inside the operating system and shell and kernel, and it will work over the hardware. It will again provide the output again onto the end point. From the end point you are going to interact. Okay, so that is the reason we used to call this one as a terminal. Okay, and where can you open the terminal? So here one option is there, open in terminal. Okay, or we have one more option here, applications. If have inside favorites it is there, yes, terminal we can open. Okay, so here you are having one more, again you got a root at localhost tilde, again hash prompt you got. Okay, so if you log in as a test user, again yes, similar the way you will be having these applications places like this, and inside applications favorites terminal will be there. Again you can open using the terminal also. So whatever it may be, what prompt you are going to get to access, with the prompt that you are going to get to access the commands is something like root at localhost tilde hash. And in the case if you log in as a test user 1, there you are going to get test user 1 at localhost tilde dollar. So now what I'm going to define by showing you these command prompts, both in the command console mode and text mode, is something like, whenever you log in as a root user, means administrator of the Linux operating system, you will see the command prompt as the hash prompt. Okay, and whenever you log in as a normal user, other user other than the administrator we call as the normal user. So whenever you log in as a normal user, you will see the dollar prompt. Dollar prompt, I will show you once again. So here is the test user I have logged in. It is not the administrator of this Linux operating system. So you see a dollar prompt here. Okay, by seeing this prompt you can understand whether that user is having the root privileges or administrative privileges in the operating system, or normal user privileges in the operating system. So this is a basic definition. You need to you start learning about the difference between normal user and administrator user. Once we discuss about the user and group administration topics, then you will come to know what exactly different multiple number of difference will be there. All those things you will be learning. Okay, so I don't think that I am postponing all the topics, because to the to your current knowledge, what topics are look familiar, or what topics good basic knowledge. So I start from that point. Later you will become once after the course is finished, you will be equipped with all the weapons that are provided in the Linux. Okay, so don't worry and don't think that I am postponing all things. So I am going back to the, oh I'm sorry, actually I did not press in VMware workstation. So, okay, fine. So Control Alt F1, actually I switch it to the graphical environment. So let me explain how actually this command prompt, what actually the parameters inside this command prompts, or you are seeing multiple root, localhost, tilde, hash, all these things, right? So what are these? Okay, so here root, whatever the user that you are seeing here, the name of the logged in user, whoever the user that logs in, so that user's login name. For example, let me write something like here, or else I will prepare one slide for this, but you concentration listen about this. Okay, command prompt, here you will see something like root user. Okay, root user is something like whatever the user that you have logged in. Okay, so that user name you are going to see here, and here Local host is something like the host name of the machine. Whatever the host name is there for this machine, so that host name you are going to, it is going to display here. Okay, so in Windows also you are going to see the host name. Where you will see that host name or computer name? Where you will see? Okay, so here if you go for my computer or something like this, so where actually properties will be there. This is the quick access, right? So here if I go for the properties, and here you will find the one computer name is there. So this is actually the name of the computer or the host name. In the case of usually Linux or Unix like operating system, we used to call as a host name. Okay, so that is what you are going to see here. Okay, this is the host name. And coming to this tilde symbol, what is this tilde symbol means? On the day of FHS or yesterday also few points we discussed about one thing, right? Home directory. Home directory is means the workspace of that particular user. Okay, see for example, if I have created a user like Shashi, what is his home directory? His home directory will be created inside /home directory. So with the same name Shashi, user account is Shashi, the home directory is also Shashi only, it will be created. So it will be created something like /home/Shashi. If at all I am creating a user like Naveen, then the home directory will be /home/Naveen. But unlike the normal users, root user is having his own home directory. Okay, so what is his home directory? For the root user, he is having, for him that is not /home/root. The home directory of the root user is directly /root only. Okay, so this is what the difference yesterday and on Friday evening also we saw. Okay, root user is having /root as a home directory and normal user is having his own home directory on the user account name only inside /home by default. Okay, so now this tilde symbol represents the home directory of the logged in user, whichever the user logged in, so that user's home directory. Now this, if whatever the directory you are currently in, that directory will be displayed at this location. Now, if a tilde symbol is there, that means you are currently inside the home directory of that user. For example, if you are inside OPT directory, then you will be finding OPT here. ETC directory, you will be finding ETC here. USR means USR. So whatever the directory that you are in, you are going to see the directory at this location. So currently tilde symbol is there. That means you are inside the user's home directory. Which user? User that logged in. So in this console, graphical console, the user logged in is root user. So this tilde symbol represents /root. In the third console, that is Control Alt F3, we logged in as a test user 1. So there the tilde symbol represents /home/test user 1. Okay, and here hash prompt is there. Of course, for the test user 1, bash prompt is there. So what is these prompts means? Sorry, dollar prompt is there. So hash prompt or the dollar prompt, we call this one as a bash prompt. Bash prompt is something like bash is a shell. Yesterday we discussed shell. What does this shell do? Whenever you give some commands, okay, these commands using this graphical interface or text mode interface, okay, command line interface, it will try to take those commands, and that is what the operating system works as a interface, right? And now shell will take that input and shell will try to understand the command. Already this command is already converted as a binary format. Now this tries to invoke the corresponding code of this kernel, and the call will be going, okay, run this code, because the user is asking about so it's an activity by providing this command. Okay, now take that code from your kernel and run that one inside the on the hardware, and now provide the output for the user. So this is what the shell's functionality. It will receive the command, it will implement that command, and it will provide the output. So that is what the responsibility of the shell. And here for the root user, hash is the shell. For normal user, dollar is the shell. Why this difference means? Depending upon the shell, you will be getting different privileges. On the first or second day class we discussed, if it is a shell related to the turbo C, then you are going to get a different privileges and different packages, different commands, different environment. If it is a shell related to the ZSH, then it is related to something like Java environment. If it is Bash, so you are going separate environment. Okay, if it is dollar shell or hash shell, so you are getting separate environment. Depending upon the shell, you are going to get different environments. So if you are getting different environments, you are going to get different privileges and also different permissions. Okay, so here both hash and dollar both are the bash shells only, but they are actually differed because depending upon the privileges. So dollar is having lesser privileges, hash is having higher privileges. So that is what the basic difference, because it is root users shell prompt and dollar is the normal users shell prompt. So this is what the basic introduction about this command prompt. Okay, so one is username, logged in usernames. Here it will be showing, sorry. Okay, and here host name of the system, and here home directory of the logged in user, and this is the shell prompt. Okay, now I said that this tilde directory or tilde symbol represents the home directory of the logged in user. So who is the logged in user? Root user. Now what is the home directory of the root user? Slash root. So if I want to check it out, really I am inside, I am saying that you are inside the home directory of the logged in user, or tilde symbol means home directory of the logged in user. Now you want to check it out currently which directory you are in. So what is the command? Type pwd, print working directory. So click enter. So it is showing, okay, here actually you are in tilde symbol, or you can say that you are inside the slash root home directory of the root user. Yes, that is what it is displayed here. PWD means print working directory or present working directory. You can say slash root is the one displayed here. And once after you execute that command, you are going to get the command prompt once again, and which prompt again it is prompting. Okay, you provide one more command, I am ready to take. If command prompt is not provided or not displayed, that means you cannot provide the commands there, and it cannot be executed as there is no shell. If at all command prompt is displayed, there is a shell, and then you can implement the commands. Okay, so when that case arrives, yes, it will be arise during your real-time career. Sometimes when you are going for errors or something delayed time will be there, you are going to get that one. So currently not required, so you can understand like this. So I said for root user, that is current working directory, sorry, home directory is represented by tilde symbol, and for test user one also it represents home directory, and I said home slash test one user one is the home directory of that one. So let us check it out going back to F3 console. Okay, sorry, F3. So here I logged in as a test user. So what I do is I will try to provide PWD at this point. So what should I get? Here, since I logged in as the user test user 1, I need to get slash home slash test user 1, because that is the home directory of this user. So just try to click enter. So now I got the home directory as the slash home slash test user 1. So this is what that tilde symbol represents, and this is how actually I need to execute this pwd command. Just typing the command, pressing the enter key, you are going to get. So after this I'm going to show in again going back to graphics console. So this is Control Alt F1. Okay, so this is what about the pwd command, very simple and first command. So it provides the full path name. Full path name means absolute path name, means it starts from where? It starts from slash. So yes, it starts from slash. Okay, full path name. If it is in the from not from slash, then we call as the relative path. After few comments, we will discuss that related to that absolute path and relative path. So this is about PWD. Now going to ls command. So earlier to this these commands I just would like to know from you. So have you got any idea about the Linux command prompt, shell, and pwd? So until this, if you are clear, so I can go ahead. Please confirm quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine, thank you. Good, thank you Srinivas, thanking me. Fine, so I'm going ahead. So the ls command is one of the most powerful commands of the Unix like operating systems. The ls command has lot many options to use with. Whether it is 10 times a day or 100 times a day the command is used, a system administrator's journey on Linux would be enjoyable by knowing the power of the ls command. So once you start using the Linux operating system, we cannot count how many times in an hour you use the command like ls sometimes. Okay, so throughout the day you are going to work in office and we don't know innumerable number of times ls command is useful, and ls has got lot many options. The basic ls command has got ls command has got lot many options. The basic purpose of the ls command is to display or list the content means files or directories of a directory. Okay, so inside that, if you take one directory, let us consider now slash root is there. Okay, so inside slash root, what happened if you want to see what are the files inside the directory, slash root directory? Now what you are going to press, you are going to type ls. Now, once after you type ls, whatever the files and directories that are present inside this slash root, all will be displayed. Both files and directories. We call that one as the content of the directory, right? Okay. So the list, to list the content of the current working directory, just current working directory, that is what pwd, right? Or yes. So what you need to do is you just press ls. Okay. So now both files and directories are displayed. So here the blue colored ones are the directories and black color ones are the what is say files. Okay, so this is how actually ls will list the content of the directory. So basic ls command will list the content of the current working directory. So to provide or to produce some other content, then you need to go with different options. Yes, see, to list the content of a specific directory. Let us consider currently I here you are seeing the ls command providing the output for the current working directory's content only. Now I want to see content of, for example, slash etc, ls slash etc. Yes, these many files are there. Okay, for example, I want to see one more ls slash opt. Okay, one more. Okay, so let me clear the screen. Clear, how to clear? clear or control l also will clear that one. Okay, now ls slash, see, yesterday we discussed some file system hierarchy standard. Now I want to see, I said something like inside slash these many directories will be there. Now I want to show you whether really those many directories are there. So how to see that one? ls space slash. Okay, so directories are there. Okay, currently, not currently, so by default slash directory will not contain any files. Okay, so there are no, what do you say, black colored files. So other color is there, we call them as a link files. Okay, so no worries of that, don't worry. So you will be getting that concepts also. So but you just have to understand that we gone through bin, boot, dev, etc, home, lib64, media, mnt, opt, proc, root. Okay, run actually we did not discuss, not that much important, but no, at this stage we cannot understand. sbin, srv, sys, temp, usr, where, so almost 16 we have discussed. Run is srv, I think, temp. These are the three things we need. We did temp is normally the temporary directory which saves the files in it. Okay, during the runtime. Okay, so these are the directories that we have created, that we have by default created in the operating system of RHEL 7.2, and we are listing through ls command slash. Okay, so now I said ls has got different uh, options, right? So if at all you want to go, see, options actually, whatever that you write here, this is hash prompt, right? Or the shell prompt, whatever you can call. So after this shell prompt, whatever that you write is the command. Okay, and if after that command, by giving one small space or one or more small spaces, so if you give something like hyphen or hyphen hyphen, in some case two hyphens also, and you are providing one letter hyphen, for example this is L. Okay, so here you are providing one more letter. So this hyphen L is one option, we call as a option. Okay, and if you come to this example, ls hyphen L command is there, option is there, and the space one more one is there, we call this one as a argument. Okay, if at all you see hyphen or hyphen before any letters or multiple group of letters or one single letter, we call them as a options. But if you don't see any something like this, we call them as the arguments. This is, it may be some file, or it may be some directory, or it may be some user, or maybe some group, it may be some device name. Okay, it can be anything. Argument can be anything. Okay, your command will be implemented on this argument. So the basic purpose, yes, it has basic purpose, that is something like listing the content. But if you are adding some attribute, sorry, if you are adding some option, then this option will change the basic behavior of the command. So now listing the command is through ls command. Now to list different attributes like permissions, links, ownership, size, timestamps, all these things, you are going to provide a small option like hyphen l. Okay, so hyphen l represents long list. Okay, here I am going to write hyphen l represents long list, so that you will be also in by doing reference. So, fine. Okay, yes. So ls space hyphen l, and the one another one is, another option is to list the attributes. So the same attributes you are going to see. Okay, I will try to execute first so that you will not get confused. So ls space hyphen l. Okay, press enter. Now what are you seeing? So you are seeing totally there are 8 content inside this. Okay, okay, this is about size, don't worry, that block size. Okay, so here actually you are seeing a file. Let us consider all the files. Instead of getting displayed like this, it is displaying in a one file per line. Okay, and it is also displaying some properties like this. So this is rwx. These are something like read, write, execute permissions. Okay, and this is something like links, we will discuss. This is ownership, and this is group ownership. This is size, and this is, until this point, this is timestamp, means when this file was last modified. Okay, there is some one file you have created. Okay, you might have created yesterday one file. Today we are opening that file and we are reading that file, we are modifying the content of that file, everything we are doing. So that related when it was last modified, so that's time, that timestamp we are going to see. Timestamp means a stamp on the time related stamp on that particular file. Okay, and this is the file name. Okay, now if you want to see the timestamp of the files inside, slash directory, ls space hyphen l slash. So it will provide, the directories are same, it won't say, it won't, the files inside that content directory are same, but it will provide something like is a full attributes we are going to see here. So all these attributes we will discuss again when I think from today third day class, day after tomorrow, after that we will discuss. Okay, so but I want to see slash directories properties. Okay, ls space hyphen l slash, it is displaying the content, the properties of the files inside that slash directory, right? Now I want to see for that particular specific directory. Okay, so how can I do that one? So I'm clearing the screen. So ls space hyphen l is the command, right? A command with option to see the attributes. Now I want to see the attributes of that slash directory. So then I provide the option like d. D provides particular directory. Okay, and which directory you want? Slash. So ls space hyphen ld slash, it will provide the properties of that particular directory, whereas ls space hyphen l provide the properties of the files inside the directory. Okay, so this is what the difference. Okay, now if you want to see the hidden files inside, so currently I am typing ls. So what ls will do? It will provide the files inside the, it will display the content inside the current working directory, just basic ls. Now I want to see the hidden files inside the that directory, current working directory or any directory that you mention after ls. So to see the all files along with the hidden files, so command is all files along with the hidden files. So this is the ls space hyphen a. ls space hyphen a shows the hidden files. Hidden files are something like the files in linux, we those files which start with dot symbol, they are called the hidden files. Okay, here you see dot bash underscore log, or dot bash profile, dot bash rc, dot many files are there, many directories are there. So earlier it did not display these many directories because all these directories are hidden. Now if you want to see these directories, hidden directories also, then you have to go for the option like -a. So along with the files and directories that start with dot, here you also see two more files, that is dot and dot dot. Even you see these directories in Windows also. Dot means current directory. Okay, dot represents the current directory and dot dot represents the parent directory of the current directory. Okay, so you are currently in /root. So what is current directory? /root is the current directory. What is dot dot for that /root? One level above, top level, right? That is parent directory of this /root. That is slash. Because root is the directory inside slash, right? So that is the reason slash is the parent directory for the /root directory. Now dot being in tilde or in /root directory, /root is the current directory and uh, slash dot dot is dot represents the current directory, dot dot represents the parent directory, and dot dot means here slash directory. Now if you type ls dot, that means ls /root, similar to that one. So if you type that one, it is going to show whatever the files and directories are there for the /root. Now if you try to type something like ls dot dot, now it is going to show the files inside the slash directory because one level above, top level or parent directory. So the files that are starting with dot symbol, we call that one the hidden files and can be seen through the ls space -a, and this is the small definitions about the dot and dot dot. Okay, and so you want to see the particular directory means ls space ld. And to list hidden files, hidden files are those files that start with dot symbol present in a directory. In a directory, if you want to see that one, ls space -a. And if you want to see the attributes also, see, I want to see the hidden files along with their attributes also. Then in that case, what you can do, what is the command? Both options you can merge. So you are having a flexibility. ls space -a, yes, you are going to see the hidden files. ls space -l, you are going to see the files and directories which are not hidden. Only the files that are not hidden, that is getting displayed. But I want to see the attributes also, for which files also, hidden files also I want to see. Then merge both the things. AL. Now hidden files will be displayed along with the hidden files. Their properties will also be displayed. So now see, hidden files bash layout, bash logout. So this is a hidden file, and for that also a property. All the properties were displayed. Attributes are displayed. Okay. So this is how actually you can put or merge multiple options, and you can use that. Or ls space -al can also be written as ls space -a hyphen a space -l. This one also satisfies. Or ls space -la. Not only al, la also works. So few commands will provide us to work out like this, means separating the multiple options, or changing the sequence of multiple options. Few commands, almost 90% of the commands will provide us a chance to change the sequence and split the options or merge the options. Like that, they will provide. But few options are there, few commands are there. For them, we have to work as per the instructions. So those commands you will be learning on and when required, and even in your real-time practice and career also, you will be coming across through all those commands, so that you will become perfect. Okay, so now, right, okay, and this is for the option to list the size of the file in human readable format. See, I said one yes. Here, let us say, for example, ls space -l, it is there. So it is going to display something size here. I said size, right? Okay, this part is the size. Now I want to display that size in human readable format. So then I will add an option like LH. Now it is going to display. Is it not human readable? It is human readable, but something like it is going to show in bytes. Okay, the size is in bytes. So working over bytes, it doesn't look good, right? So kilobytes, yes, it is showing kilobytes, right? Now you are going to, if it is more than size, more in size, okay, then it is going to show bytes and bytes, all those things also it will show in a human readable format. We can read. This is something like bytes, some machinery understandable language. Okay, now what is the another option? Oh, sorry. So to list the files in an order of last modification time, I said modification time, right? ls space hyphen lt. Okay, now going to that. So now currently not sure whether, yes, here 848 has come and middle 843 and again 848. Okay, so these sort of time, these files are actually displayed in the sort of alphabetical order. Okay, A, D, I, M, P, T, V, like this in an alphabetical chronological order, right? So I want them to be sorted in something like a timestamp, basing on the timestamp. So I will provide something like ls space hyphen lt. Now 15:7. Okay, this is what the okay, from reverse order is there. Okay, so the oldest file will be in the below, the latest file in the top. Okay, so 15 means 3 o'clock, right? So October 3, 3 o'clock something. Okay, don't worry, that the time of this system might not be correct. We did not set the time right, so it might not be correct. Okay, so this was the latest file. So latest file is displayed above, and later few more slides is 848, and finally oldest file is 843. Okay, if you want to get it displayed in a reverse order, means I want the latest file below. Okay, then you, in that case, ltr. Okay, so this is lt and the other one is ltr. R means reverse order. Okay, so just press it, press that one. So now you are going to get 843 in the top and 15:7 in the last. All the files are reversed, okay, based on the timestamp. Okay, so this is what so this will be very much useful. This command actually, it is very much useful in this case of shell scripting, or in the case of easy file viewing of the latest file. Okay, whenever you are going to see the number of files, one directory contains some thousands of files, you want to see the latest file. So now what happened, you cannot scroll down for seeing all the timestamps, right? So if you just use this command ls space hyphen ltr, then whatever the command that is last one is that, whatever the file that is last display, now that file will be the latest file. Okay, depending on that you can see that one. Fine. So yes, commands ls. So to list the files or the content in the reverse order, this option has more usages. So means this option, or actually whatever the option that we are using, so has more usages if it is used with the options like hyphen l hyphen t. Okay, so this is what just now we discussed, right? To list the files recursively to the deepest level. Okay, so deepest level means recursive. What does the word recursive means? See, you might have gone through the programming languages in your BTech or some studies, right? Recursive means, so let us consider one directory is there. Okay, I want to display the content of the directory. That directory contains files, along with files some directories are also is there, and inside the subdirectories of the directory again some subfolders are there, and again some subfiles and folders are there, and again files and folders, like this almost to some innumerable depth level will be there, content will be there, something like four, let us consider 3 or 4 levels. I want to see all the content along with the inside subfolders contents also. I want to see to the last depth level. Now, if I want to see that one, the same ls command has to run recursively on all the files. Okay, so if you are executing something recursively in all the files, then what happens? It will display and it will show you. Okay, so recursive operation you want to do means you want it to be displayed top level, or I mean the current level, and also first level, second level, third level, and until last level you want to display all the files. So for that purpose you are going to use ls space hyphen r, that is capital R. See, capital R is different from small r, so you need to ensure that both are different, and you need to confirm that whether you are typing the last one, correct one or not. So ls space hyphen r. So now if you click this one, so what it is showing, just I am scrolling up. First of all, it is showing the current working directories directory. Whatever the content is there, that one it is showing. And the first directory is desktop, whatever that is encountered. Inside desktop, yes, it is trying to show, but there is no files. If at all I create any file, then yes, it will be created. Okay, this desktop is something like the desktop that you see here. Let us consider I create a folder here. Okay, Shashi I have created. Okay, and inside that Shashi I have created something like one Naveen I will create, and inside that Naveen let me create any text documents can I create, or okay, let me any editor is there, I will try to save that one. Yesterday we saw one editor, right? Where it is? Yes, here is the editor. So I will try to create one file. Okay, this is the first file. Okay, now save. Where it will save, let us consider on the desktop only. I will try to browse this computer. Inside that computer, desktop, can't I go desktop directly? Okay, slash root, where you can find root. Yes, here it is the root, and inside root desktop is there, and inside Shashi Naveen I will create with file name, right, test file, or you can say file 1. Now save that one. Okay, this is saved. So now what happened, I have created one content like inside Shashi one file is there. Now run this command. Okay, so now try to run this ls space hyphen r. Okay, now if you see, now first encounter directory is desktop. Inside desktop one directory is there Shashi, and again it is parsing. Again it is parsing recursively. Inside desktop Shashi is there, and again inside Shashi that Naveen is there. Again inside Naveen it went, and there it has ended because there is no directory subfolder inside Naveen. So it has ended until file 1. Now it displaying that file 1 and attribute of that file 1 also. Okay. Now inside documents nothing is there. Downloads, music, pictures, public templates. Nowhere no file is there except we have created the desktop only. Okay, that too we have created graphically, right? Fine. So this is about the ls space hyphen capital R. Okay. So these are the few usages or examples. Not that these are the only options you see in ls. ls has got lot many options. Okay, lot many options are there. Other than this, what are the options that you have seen? A you have seen, L you have seen, T you have seen, H you have seen, R, capital R. Okay, all these things you have seen. So other than this, lot many options are there for ls command. So how to browse all those options and how to use all those options, that actually you need to I will say how to browse and how to implement, but you need to browse for different options and you need to learn all those things in your real-time practice. You on yourself, you need to innovatively think, okay, if I work over this command, yes, I will get this output. I need to use this output for some other purpose. Like this, innovatively you need to develop your skills and you need to work over the Linux administration part, and this is what you need to learn. Okay, so it is not possible to, in fact, if I start teaching only the options of ls command, it will not be enough. Even after 60 days or 60 days also, we can keep on discussing only about the ls command. So I show only the sample which are most important things that you usually use in the data centers, and it will be helpful for you. Okay, so rest of the things on requirement you can practice and browse in the internet. Okay, so how to know what are the options are there? Yes, I will be teaching you how to see different options. Okay, so here one more command is there. Which command? See, ls command, ls is a command, and clear is a command today we have seen, and what else we saw? PW is the command we have seen. So all these are the commands. Commands are already, I said that commands can also be called as the binaries, right? Okay, so these binaries usually get saved or located in where? Slash bin or slash s bin, or there are some other binary directories are also there. Slash usr has been, slash usr bin, different directories are also there where you find multiple locations for settling down binaries. So each binary directory has its own importance. Okay, so you will be finding inside slash usr also. I want to know where exactly this particular command resides. I want to know where from this command comes from. Okay, so to know that which is the command, which command is very simple and a small command to locate executables in the system. It allows user to pass several command names as arguments. I said argument, right? So here I provided the command which space pwd. See here I did not put any option side of thing, hyphen or hyphen hyphen I did not put. So if I did not put, then we can call that one as a argument. So I passed pwd as the argument. Actually this is a command, but here in this command, entire big command in this cell form, I passed this pwd as the argument for this which command. Now here which is the command, pwd is the argument. Okay, to get their paths in the system. So example which pwd, which ls. Multiple commands can also be passed as arguments to which command. Not only single. I can also provide multiple commands. That one also we can see. So a very simple command, nothing difficult in this. Which pwd if I produce, so here slash usr slash bin pwd is there. So actually slash bin is a directory that contains the binaries which are highly required at the time of the booting. Okay, whenever you are booting the operating system, so these binaries present inside the slash bin directory that are required. Similar to the case slash sbin, but with super privileges. What is the difference between slash bin and sbin means? Bin and sbin means bin can be executable by the normal users also. Sbin means super user, that is administrator only can execute that one. So if at all few commands are to be are required during the time of the boot process. Okay, while system is powering on, some commands will be required. So those commands will be present inside slash bin, and if at all you going for the super user will be slash sbin. And once after the system got boot, if it has those commands, any commands are there after system boot, then you can find them in the slash usr bin, or there is one more directory slash usr sbin also is there. So those commands, the again bin and sbin, super user privileges and normal user privileges, like that. Okay, so you can now pwd command is not required by the time of boot, so they kept that one in the slash usr bin. Okay, now let us try to this which ls. Okay, so ls is also present inside slash usr bin ls. Okay, now you have learned one more command, that is which clear slash usr bin clear. Now which itself is a command, which is also a command. Now implement the same thing on which also, which usr bin which. So you, that is also a command, you can implement the same thing, right? So you have currently see four things. Now what I will do is pwd ls clear which all these things I will provide in the single argument. So ls is present in usr bin, and which is present in usr bin, and pwd usr bin, clear is usr bin. All these things are in usr bin, and there are few commands that are present in slash bin also. So since I did not teach you those commands, I am not implementing those commands now. If you may feel what is this command again, so I don't want to impress on this. So whenever that command comes and whenever you feel requirement, okay, I want to know the path of this command, yes, you can implement this which command. Okay, hope I think you got this. Okay, yes. So until this part, any doubts? pwd ls and which, please once if you clear that one, so that I can go ahead with one more small topic based thing. Please confirm quickly na. Okay, Venki is clear, only Venki is clear.
Hello.
Yeah, who is speaking?
Yeah, Naveen, sir.
Naveen, yeah, Naveen.
So if we want to search the deepest file in the subfolders,
Yeah.
will it gonna be a confusion for us or not?
Sorry? Where?
If we want to find the deepest file in the
Yes.
subfolders,
Yes. Yes.
will it gonna be a confusion for us or it's not?
Why confusion?
Because in the subfolders we can, there are lot, if we create lot of subfolders,
Yes.
we can find only one file in the last command, and if there are it's a step-by-step procedure right now. Just you showed me like step-by-step procedure, right? And if we want a lot of files in that, we need to see every line, each line every time, right?
Okay, you want to see the deepest file, only the deepest file you want to see.
Yeah, and not only deepest file, in the deepest file, if we created lot of subfolders, in each subfolder there is a file,
Okay.
and if we want to see each file, if
Okay.
we when we are seeing the deepest file also,
Okay.
we can see the each file, right?
Oh, okay. So which is not required.
Yeah,
So you want to see only the deepest file. Is that the one?
yeah.
Okay.
If I want to see the deepest file, but in the middle every line is it's showing.
No, actually, I just wanted to show you only the recursive option or options capability. So if at all, let us consider desktop is there. Okay. So what? Let us consider the deepest file in this directory slash root is the F1 that we have created. Now, if at all you type something like desktop, okay, and Shashi
Okay,
and Naveen, now you can see the file directory directly. So all other files are
okay,
not required. And if you put something like -l, yes, you can also see that one.
okay, okay.
Okay, is that the one? I hope I cleared that.
Yeah, that's it.
Because see, I just have shown for slash etc. I shown ls space slash etc.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so ls space
Yeah,
slash I have shown. Okay, so this is one desktop I am showing. For sorry, Naveen, and inside that I can go through that and I can directly see that file. Okay, but if at all
okay,
you want to see all the things, I don't know where which file is where. I want to see all the things. Then that recursive option will be implemented. Okay,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Find any such thing.
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, Sunil. Clear, but need to go through it again. Okay, so no, see, don't think that you have to by heart them. Okay, first of all, if you have understood the concept what actually I wanted to explain, then yes, even if you, it is not only once you have to go through the video class or once you have to practice, it is you need to practice on a day by day, and you have to keep on practicing until you get certified, and even after you certified during your career also. Okay, so today you cannot get the commands by hearted, but by the time I say the command, you must be understanding the concepts. So these concepts you have understood or not, that thing please confirm. Don't think that I sorry, I forgot the option ls space -a is for hidden. Don't think like that. Okay, there is one option to know some hidden files. Hidden files means the files that start with the dot. So these sort of things, have you understood, or if anyone is facing any problem? So like this, okay, some yeah, fine. So now Naveen has asked one doubt related to that. So like similar to that, if you tell you are having any problem, please let me. Sunil, once you confirm, I can start the class. Sunil, I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, fine, thank you. Right. So see, whatever I try to put here, right? So those topics I prepared in such a manner that whatever that I taught earlier, from that part only I am discussing with a small new introduction. I am not going to loop you in some new thing. Okay, so something like getting a command from in futures class, and I am not going to display that one here because I don't want to put in a mess sort of thing. Okay, so whatever that you know already, from that only I am going to uh, what do you say, explain an unknown thing. Okay, so just keep complete concentration to understand that thing. You need not by heart this one here. So once you know this command like man, so automatically you will understand why I should not by heart. Okay, so fine. So coming to the command man actually represents, is the short form of the manual. Manual means documentation. Okay, so in Unix and Linux distros, command line programs come with their own documentation called manual pages or man pages. Man pages are generally written by the developer of the corresponding program. Generally, the man pages are divided into number of sections. So, okay, fine. So, the basic example of the man command is, so just now we have seen few commands. Okay, so let me execute those. So how it looks. So here we have seen one command like pwd, right? Okay, slash root is there. So I am trying to execute man over pwd. What exactly it will say? It is sort of help. How to use, what options still are there, what is the detailed information about each option. Okay, so just type man space pwd. So what is pwd? Print name of current working directory. How is the synopsis or the syntax? Print, sorry, pwd space option. So description is a print the full file name of the current working directory. We have some options like -l option is there, or if you want to go with, you can use hyphen small sorry, single letter means you can use capital L, or if you want like use like a word, then same meaning, but you can use like -hyphen logical. Whenever in Linux what happens, whenever you are using option as a word, that means you need to use as a double dash. If you are using as capital L or single letter, okay, you need to put as a hyphen, single hyphen only. Okay, if you are using single hyphen before this particular word, let us consider logical is an option. Okay, or you have put only single hyphen. Then what happens? The shell parses the command in such a manner that out of the word logical, if you put only one single hyphen, L is one option, O is one option, G is one option, I is one option, C one option, A one option, A. Like that, it will parse individual letter as one option. Like in the case we executed ls space hyphen LTR. Now in that case, LTR is group of options, but we did not put hyphen hyphen. We put only one single hyphen, because the command or shell has to parse in such a way that okay, L is one option, T is one option, R is one option. But if at all you are putting a word like logical, it is not individually one letter is not one option. Entire word is completely one option. So that is the reason we need to put double dash. So this is what the basic concept that you need to understand. Srinivas is requesting to make him as a presenter. So can I know why? Why Srinivas? Okay, okay, fine. Okay. Okay, so here PWD, and there actually you are having different options. So you can these two options are related to symlinks. So I am not going to implement on this. Symlinks means symbolic links. During the case class of symlink, soft link and hard link, we will be knowing that. Okay, so hyphen help is there. So displays the same help, whatever that you are seeing here, it will display and exit. And you want to see version. So this version is different from the version of the operating system and version of the kernel. See, you are having one version for operating system. What is it? Red Hat operating system, that is 7.2 version is there. And when you go for the kernel version, that is 3.10 yeah, 3.10.0.0 hyphen 237. So 327, that is what the kernel version. And similar the way, each command is a program. So each command can be developed by different developers. So different developers will be developing these commands, and they will be keeping with their version numbers. So now if you want to see the version of this PWD, so how you need to execute PWD space double hyphen version or double dash version. Now just come outside of this manual. So how to come out? Q for quit. So press Q to come outside. Now what I will do is pwd is there hyphen version. So press that one. So actually it is not taking this command. I don't know why this is because of some reasons it is I don't know. Earlier it has to take in RHL6 some way it has to take, but I found one small workaround for this. How actually we can see this version. So just now we have learned one command like which pwd, right? So you just provide this path, entire path /usr bin and pwd. Now provide that version. Okay, so it will work. Okay, so earlier to this RHS 7.2 it worked fine. RHS 6 and all the works fine, but I don't know why actually, whether it is a bug or is Red Hat people is having any requirement they develop it like this manner. I'm not sure. I will search it out. So if you want to see the version, so this is what the version of this PWD program 8.22. Like that, each command will be having its own version. So this is what the differences you need to understand. So let us consider man ls. Okay, now you will see a lot of options here. So you saw this small a, and again you are having a capital A. Both are different. Okay, both are different, and you can yeah, if you want to go more options, you can press down arrow or enter. Okay, or you can go up arrow for seeing top pages. Okay, so B for B again, it is going to, it is having non-graphic characters, block size, capital B is a small c, capital C. Okay, like that, it need not to have all the options from A to Z and small and capital 1 to Z, some 100, like that, it need not to have. But this command has that one, and this command has multiple options. Okay, so not that all the commands should have that one. So like that, a lot of options are there if you see. Okay, okay, coming to yes, hyphen small l using a long listing format. This is what just now we have seen, right? So next, what is that? What are, yeah, reverse, capital R, small r, reverse order while sorting, capital R, list subdirectories recursively. Okay, and next, okay, sort by modification time, cap small t. Okay, and you want to see something like okay, yeah, list one file per line. Okay, hyphen one, I think. Okay, hyphen one, I think. So let me execute this one. So here ls is there, but I want to list only one line per one particular line, one file. So ls space hyphen one. Okay, now actually each file is displayed in one line. Okay, like this. So by seeing man pages, you can innovatively, you can, so you can come down and you can see more options are there. Okay, so many options are there, existed as some information knowledge you can get from this. Okay, some troubleshooting also. For troubleshooting also, you must be knowing about the command. If you know about the command, then you can dig into the issue. Okay, so this is what your man page gives, and going to few more details of this man pages. Okay, yes, one more command. See, already just now you have learned man, right? So man space man, even for the man command also one manual page must be there, right? Okay, like you can trace which for which, similarly man for man, so you are going to get man pages. So here you are having man contains multiple sections. Okay, see, what are those sections? Manual, man means it is going to show the manual. So it is going to show the manual of one particular command, or sometimes few files also it's going to show the documentation or the manual. So these manuals can show different things, different information from this. Manual pages can show whatever programs are there. It will means about the options, whatever that just now we have seen, and even the one we have opened. And manual can display the file configuration files, library calls, system calls, file formats, if at all any games are related to that games, and different standard administration commands. So multiple information, multiple knowledge man command can show, can display related to the command that we have produced, or command or file we have provided to the provided as an argument to the man command. Now, how we can get all those information? If at all I want some configuration files, now I need to execute the same man command with one more. Okay, if at all I need to go with only games related, I need to provide one more option. Like that, different options or different section numbers, we call this one as the sections, and different section numbers will provide different manuals. So if you come a bit down here, you will be finding here the table below shows the section numbers of the manual followed by the types of pages they contain. Now, one, executable programs are shell commands. Means whenever you are executing man command, you are having the facility to provide the section number to that man command also. For example, now what happened, you have provided man space man. That means you have opened what do you open? Man open parenthesis 1 close parenthesis. This means you have opened the section 1 of man commands manual page section 1 you have opened. Okay, ls commands also for section 1 will be there, and another pwd command also section 1 will be there. Like that, if at all that particular section is applicable to that command, every command will be having its own section. Okay, and if whenever you are opening that one, you will be opening inside the related section. Okay, now that section is represented here inside open parenthesis. Okay, and here if you see here, man is also having one more section, that is 7. Okay, what exactly 7 means? Miscellaneous, including macro packages, conventions, like that. So if you may come from first, 1, the section 1 contains executable programs or shell commands, system calls. Second, third one, library calls, functions within program libraries. Fourth one, special files usually found in /dev. Fifth one, file formats and conventions, etc, passwd, like that. Sixth one, games, miscellaneous, system administration commands, like that. Kernel routines, 9th one. So different sections are containing different information. This is only the first section what you are seeing. Now man is also having 7th section also. How to open the 7th section? Let us see. Now man space 7 space provide the command 7. Now it will open the 7th section of the man command. Now you can see that one. Okay, these contains again these also contains different information or options. Now you can work over that one and you will get the concepts of this particular man command you can implement during the troubleshooting time. Now if you try to execute the same 7 for ls, no manual entry for ls in section 7, because ls is not at all having manual section number 7. It is having only section number 1. Okay, section 1 you need not provide. By default, if you provide man ls, automatically section 1 will be open. Whatever the minimal section is there, if one section is also not there, 2 section is there, yes, the later minimal section will be open whenever you provide direct man command on that. Okay, so this is what about man command section information. Okay, man pwd, man ls, and if you go for man also will provide command man. Okay, continue. The following is the list of available man sections. Every section has got a unique number and contains only the specific type of man pages. For example, man section number 3 contain only man pages of the library calls. So this is what about the things, the same thing I copied here. Okay, command man. So how to execute that 7th section? Just now we have seen man 7 man. Okay, so this is about the manual. So any doubts? Any doubts? Fine, thank you, Naveen. So if you fast up with your answers, then I will think that I can go ahead. If you slow down with your answers, what? No doubts or not at all understood? Srinivas? No doubts, thank you. Okay, fine. Now next we are going for the command date. So I'm not sure how frequently we use this date command. I mean date usage in Windows computers especially, but because okay we will be using, because some updations will be there, and few other date means what you say, uh, some files will be saved. Okay, Venki is asking something like, so man command act like help command. Uh, Help actually, yes, you can understand like that, but help will not provide multiple number of sections, first point. Second point is help will not provide a detailed documentation of that command. This is second point. And help provides at the command prompt itself. It is not going to open in a specific whatever a new page. Means as I am going through open and I can what do you say, up arrow, down arrow I am pressing, and whereas if you go for the help you cannot see that one, and it is not possible. Okay, so but yes, you can understand like help, but it is not just help, it is more than that. Okay, it is more than a documentation. Okay, so this date command actually we are using especially in the scripts And you are supposed to, in a server environment like data centers, what happen, multiple servers needs to interact with each other. LDAP server is there for authentication, web server is there, it needs to send request for the LDAP for authentication, and NFS, the particular content, web content may be stored on NFS share, yes, it needs to interact with NFS. And Samba server is there, the output of that storage, yes, it needs to access that storage by the people sitting in the office. And database server is there, whatever the storage that people are being shared by Samba server, yes, it may has to store in that server some database server. So multiple servers have to interact with each other. So for that purpose, you need to keep a common time on all the machines. Common date, common time must be there on all the servers, along with the client machines on the what you say, on the system desktop machines of the users also. You need to maintain a common time. So for that purpose, first of all, you must be in a position to see the time. Before setting a time, you must be able to see the time, and then depending upon the time, later you can execute the scripts, you can change the time, you can see there are few powerful options like one day ago, yesterday, 1 year ago, 1 month ago. These are very very powerful options, or few values. Key is equal to at value pairs that you can provide for date command. So these are very much useful for taking the backup sort of thing, or restoration sort of thing. So I want to restore a backup. I have already taken the backup. I have to restore a backup from last 1 year. It is possible only using the date command. Okay, 1 year ago I have taken 1 year's backup only. I want to restore. How it is possible? Yes, you are, whenever you have command on date command, then it is possible. So date is not lesser command. It is the most powerful command. It is important command, and it is a basic command. You must have to understand the power of the date command. Okay, so the date command is helpful to display date in several formats. It also allows you to set systems date and time. See, displaying date through different formats will uh, allow you to write the code or program in the way you want. It can customize your thoughts. Okay, I am having a feasibility of providing the date in this manner. Yeah, now I can parse this date in this manner. Like that, basing on the input, you can customize your output, or for your output, you can customize your input. So these sort of different parameters you can use through different options, different features. You can go to the date command. It is not a simpler command, powerful command. It is okay, but it has got a very simple command. Okay. So, one second. I did not edit this slide, I guess. One second. I will just. Let me do this. One second. One second. Just I will edit so that you will not face problems while reading. Don't worry. I have the animation. I will set the animation and I will send you. Okay. So the simple date command to see the date of this machine is, it got locked. Very nice feature. So once it got locked, like you can slide up and provide the password, and here you got the unlock. Okay, so date is the command. So just to see the date. So if you want to see the date 1 month ago, so how can you see date hyphen hyphen date, sorry, equal to 1 month ago. Sorry, sometimes I may test you. You need to react immediately. Okay. So today is October 4th. Now it is showing the date of September 4th. This is not current date of the system. Okay. This is the date 1 month ago. Okay. If you want to go with 1 year ago. Now same date, October 4th, same time, but it is showing 2015. Now, for example, if you want to see something like yesterday, okay, so today is October 4th, it is showing October 3rd. Now, one more option, I think, next month. Month is a syntax. So what is the next month? Today is October 4th and 6 days after we are getting one Monday, that is October 10th. So these are the few options we can use through date, and few more comments are there. Yes, okay. Yesterday, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, 5 years ago also same. One is implementable means 5 is also implementable. Okay, and to set the date. Okay, so how you are going to set? For example, I want to set like this. So let us consider. Okay, so now currently it's Monday 10. Oh, sorry. What is the current date? Okay. Now what I want to do is October 4th. Something like we can set it like this. October 4th. Okay. And let us consider now the time is 08 and let us consider 30 or else okay, I will put something like 18 so that you can easily understand. 8:30 and IST 2013. Okay, let us consider this is the time, same time I will 2013's date I want to set. Okay, now press enter. Now what I am doing is I am S is for the option hyphen S is for setting the date. Okay, now if you provide date, now what is the current date of the system? Today is Friday, October 4th, 18 is the time, 18 is evening 6:30, IST 2013. Now you have to feel that you are in the past. Now you start learning, you will come to present. Okay, so this is how actually you can set the time. Now if you see the date, just now you have seen. Okay, to display the universal clock. Universal clock means the common what is it, Greenwich Meridian time. Okay, so that one if you want to see, date space hyphen U. UTC, universal clock. It is UTC is the syntax or what is that code for universal clock. Okay, so this is what. Don't think that actually IST is 5.5 hours earlier to that one, right? So that is the reason 13 we got here, 18, 5.5 hours balanced. Okay, so this is how actually you can uh, see the universal time. The formatting option can also be used to display date command in various formats using the following syntax. See here what happened. Okay, 1 second. See, I want this date, right? I want the date means I got this date in this by running the command like date. Now what I want is I want to display the date in different manner. So like for example, very specific, yes. Plus I want Y percentile M percentile D. So Y for year, M for month, D for day. So just press it out. So 2013 is the year, current year, okay, and of the system according as per the timestamp of the system. I am this will provide the time, okay, and 10th is the October month and 04 is the date. And now you can also see something like this, year, month, day, hour, right? Hour and minute and second, I guess. Let me check it out. No, month it is hour. Hour actually it is showing 04. Let me check it out. Sorry, hour is there. Oh, sorry. Okay, 18th hour and percentile M, percentile yes, capital H. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so now what happened? I got the entire thing as per the seconds also. 2013 first four digits year, and second one is a month, third one is date, and here this is current hour, 18th hour. Okay, and the minute is 32. Okay, and the second is 37. So this is how actually I can see all up to seconds also. Okay, so different patterns you can implement, right? If you want, I can provide this one also here, so that you will be having idea on it. Okay, fine, good. So there are three types of timestamps and the command stat. Okay, fine. So whenever you are going for timestamp understanding, so anyone requires any more clarification or requirement on date? Okay, Naveen Reddy is asking something like, if we want to check multiple same dates in every month, is there any command? Multiple same dates in every month. Where does that requirement comes first? Okay, I have not yet tried that one. If you want, I will check it out now. If it's possible, multiple same dates. So, one day ago it displayed and hyphen hyphen. One more option I will try to test one for you. And 3 days ago. Nope, it is not showing. Only one option it is taking. Or else I will try to give something like this. Okay, it is not taking. Okay, I don't think that requirement comes, but if at all you find any such requirement, please let me know. Then I will try for that answer also. Okay, so Srinivas, for year it is Y. Yeah, okay, I think capital Y only I typed, right? Capital Y. Okay, not small y. Okay, anyway, you will be having the correct one in the. See, what happens, I already said you need not be a moving database of the Linux administrator, right? So sometimes even I also type small y. Later I can recognize as a capital Y. So like, because you need not remember, on practice automatically you will remember, but you need not worry of all those things. Okay, so okay, you can ask the questions. Not that I'm stopping you to ask the questions, but I'm also clearing your fear. Okay, I need to remember all the things if at all you are having such things. Fine. So coming to these timestamps, so we have gone through the dates, right? So dates and timestamps. So for example, how many timestamps will be there on a file? There are three types of timestamps on Unix file or directory. Timestamps is nothing but the times. Okay, what times are present? How many types of times are present? So you just know in a ls space -l command, we have seen files are getting displayed with their own attributes, out of which one of the attributes is the timestamp. So that's timestamp. I defined the timestamp there as the last modification time. Okay, now along with the last modification time or last modified time, there are also two other timestamps. What are they? A time and also the C time. We have having M time as called as a modification time. A time is called as access time. C time is called the change time. What actually each time will define? A time, it is the access time of the file which defines the last read time of the file. So you have created a file when 10 days back. Today you have opened that file and read the content of that file. Then what happens? You have accessed that file. So you did not change the content of the file. You just opened, read, and you have closed that file. Now what happened? You have changed the access time of that file. Now M time. M time means what? It is the modified time of the file, which defines the last content modified time of the file or the directory. So you are going to modify the content of the file. So then what happens? Your modified time, M time, will be changed. You three times you can see with the help of one command called stat. Okay, so there you can find out whenever you do one operation on the, depending upon the operation, either whether you access that one or whether you modified that one or whether you changed the attribute of that file like permissions, okay, you will see that timestamp is changed. Okay, it is the C time. It is the change time of the file which defines the last attributes modified time of the file or the directory. To view all the different timestamps on a file, let's consider stat initial setup as not a CFG. We can see that one. Okay, and let me go with that command. Okay, so here let me clear the screen first. ls. So I'm having some files like Anaconda KS initial setup like this is there. So whenever you are typing something like ls space hyphen l also, I can provide argument first and later option also. I'm having that feature, and again depending upon the command I can do like this. Some commands will accept first option later argument. Okay, right. So here I am seeing October 3rd 2016, but along with this, okay, one more command is there, stat anaconda.ks. See, I am typing only a in a something like that and pressing tab here completes the rest of the file name. That is the reason first three letters are getting typed very slowly, later the other letters are getting typed very fastly. I am not typing, it's not my credit, it is the credit of the tab button. Okay, so just press enter. So here you see the axis modify change. Okay, so here you see the time, axis time, when was it accessed? 8:39. Okay, 3:10. When was it last modified? 3rd 10, 15 7 10. Okay, sometime is, and this is also 3rd 10 15 7 time changed, right? So now if at all these things are changed, here you find the changes. Okay, so this is what where you can see the access time, modify time, change time. We will see the change in these timestamps. Okay, but after learning one or two commands, okay, you will see the changes. Okay, but at this point I cannot forward your knowledge to the next commands. Okay, so hope please give me some clarity that you have understood this stat command, or if you want to require any more things. Access time, modified time, change time. So you need to understand the three differences. Access time is the time when you read the file. If at all you open that file, that's all. It is access time will be changed. If you change the content of the file, yes, modified time will be, M time will be changed. Last modified time will be updated. If you change the attributes like ownership, permissions, okay, all those things, then C time will also be changed. C time means change time. So these are the basic three definitions that you use to have a timestamps on the file, and the command is stat command. So you can see that one, stat is a command. Okay, now yeah, confirm from your side it is okay, or you need any clarity. If at all I can see you, I can confirm from my side only, because your faces will be saying, but unfortunately I cannot do the same thing now, right? Fine, thank you Srinivas, and thank you Naveen. So I am going ahead. Why actually we learned this slide at this point means we are going to work out the timestamps using the command touch. Okay, so the touch command basic purpose is to create an empty file. Besides the creation of an empty file, the command can also work over the timestamps. Every file in Linux is associated with timestamps. Okay, which see, touch command actually just creates a file. Just it creates. It is, you cannot enter write data into the file. You cannot edit the data inside the file. You cannot append the content to the file, data into the file. Okay, you cannot do anything, you will just create a file. Okay, besides the creation of an empty file, the command can also work over the timestamps. So timestamps concept just now we have gone through. Every file in Linux is associated with timestamps, which specifies the last access time, last modification time, and also the last change time. But ls space -l will show only the last modification time. Whenever we create a new file or modify an existing file or its attributes, these timestamps will be updated automatically. You need not specifically manually do that one. Touch command is used to change these timestamps, access time, modification time, and also the change time of a file. So how you are changing them, where we can see, we have already seen. How we can change that one, we will see. Okay, so to create an empty file using the touch command, So what is the simple command of the touch? So touch test file, and if you want to see whether the file has been created or not, ls is the command. So let's work over that. So here, where are we actually? Every time it's being a perfect system administrator, you need to check it out in which directory you are in, because sometimes using the command prompt, you may be in a critical directory like /boot, let us consider. Sometimes you will think that, okay, I am in my home directory, I want to delete all the files inside my home directory, and what you will do is you will run a command in such a way that you will remove all the files in the current working directory. Then what happens, if you being in the /boot directory, if you run the same command, all the files inside that directory will be lost. And inside /boot directory, what are present? Main things: one is kernel, another one is bootloader, and another one is init ram disk. That one is there that I did not explain until now. So bootloader and kernel will be lost. Once after they are lost, you are unable to boot your operating system, which creates a very big mess in the office. So you must be very much careful, and every time it's better habit to have a pwd command executed as part of your flow without even your knowledge also. Your hands-on practice makes you by default the pwd command will be worked on for every 2 to 3 commands. Okay, so that would be a better habit. Okay, so currently you are in the /root directory. If you type ls, there is no file called touch test file. Now what I am doing is I am using a command like touch. Using touch command, I am creating one file, test file. Now execute the same command ls. So here you find one file. Since it is a file, you it is shown as it is shown in the black color. Okay, so this is how you can create a file. For entering the uh, content, inside this file, we are having some other commands. We will see that one. And one of our friends is asking one doubt. What is that? Navin is asking, instead of PWD, can we use CD? No, PWD purpose is different, CD purpose is different. CD is only to change the directory. So currently we are in /root directory. If you want to go for /opt, then we are going to use the CD command. Okay, so you first of all you need to know in which directory you are in before running a powerful commands like remove command or copy command or cut command. Okay, so before first you need to know where you are. Okay, not that you need to change the directory. Okay, so to update the timestamp of a file modified sometime in the past with the current time of the system. Okay, so now actually already one file was created in the past. Now I want to change the timestamp. So how can I change it? Okay, now I want to change and I want to check it out, that one. Okay, so let us consider yes, going to the back, and here what happened, there is one file before now we have created desktop, Shashi, Naveen and F1. Okay, so here I am having a file that is created on October 4th 2016. What I will do is I will try to start this file. Okay, desktop Shashi Naveen F1. So it will be showing one modified time, that is 7:55 was the time that I have modified this one. Now what I will do, Venki is asking something like how test file look like. See, uh, test file, if I want to show, I need to open only in the graphical editor that I have already taught you. Okay, so let me show you, no issues, I will show you. Okay, so test file where I have created inside /root, right? Okay, so now try to browse that home, right? Home, this is the one actually my directory, right? My home directory. So here that is the one I have created the test file. Okay, so it is only empty file it will create. There is no content inside this file, just it will create. Why actually it will be, what is the purpose of creating an empty file without a reason to enter the content? Means now I will create file, in future I will enter the data. There will be some such requirements, because there are few programs, how they will be there means they will try to check it out. Okay, now what I need to do is I want to create a file, and later on requirement a log data must be entered into that file. So for log data entering into a file, there must be one log file already got created. If that log file is not there, where actually it has to send a log file? For sending log file, well, if at all log data, by sending log data, if at all that file is not there, okay, now test file is there. I want to send log data into that test file. Now, whenever I am sending log data into the test file, it will say something like test file does not exist. It will throw an error. So to get rid of such type of errors, what I will do is, okay, preliminary activity, first I will create an empty file like test file. Whenever the log data comes, automatically it will check whether the file is existing or not. Okay, if it is existing, add the content. If the file is not existing, then it will throw the error. So this is the first purpose of that, what do you say, creation of an empty file earlier to that, yeah, creation of an empty file. You are not going to enter any data. And sometimes one more requirement is, you are going to create an empty file. Okay, you are going to increase the size of that file as and when required. Okay, that is an advanced concept using some commands like dd and such things is there. Sorry. So what happened, you are going to create an image file. In that image file, you are going to create one content inside that image file. See, if I yeah, earlier to the installation of this operating system, I shown you VMDS file. Sorry, VMDK file, virtual hard disk file of the operating system, RHEL 7.2 operating system. That is also a concept of creation of file first. Later, the data will be entered. Then the data will be entered, one file you have created already. One file, one hard disk file you have created. And later, whenever the partition got created, whenever the data is getting stored, now test file you have stored and data is getting stored, then the file size will be automatically increasing. The content will be gone and saved inside that file. So these are the requirements of a file getting created earlier to the requirement. Okay, this is a preliminary activity, we can do that one. Hope I cleared you. I think Venki, I have shown you the content of the test file. It's an empty file, it will be created, nothing. Is it okay, Venki? Yeah, thank you. So going ahead, so where are we actually? Okay. So this is where actually, yeah, F1 is there for F1. This is the timing. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to run a touch command, because touch command, what it will do, it will try to change the timestamp. To which timestamp it will change? Let us consider, I did not execute that command. I pressed Control C. Control C is something like killing the process. I did not execute. Okay, you can see the symbol here. This symbol is Control C. Control C means I did not execute that one. Okay. Date, for example, now the date is 2013. Now whenever I execute this touch command on this particular F1, the timestamp has to be changed. Let us execute that one. Desktop Shashi Naveen and F1, this is the file I have created, and now execute that one. Okay, now even if you see, let us consider ls space -l. Okay, okay, so now here actually 2016 it is showing. Now the time is 1851. Okay, okay, at this part it is not so clear whether the time is changed or not, because in 2013 also the time is after, date is October 4th, and 2016 also date is October 4th only. Now better run the command like stat desktop Shashi Naveen F1. Okay, now see here, the date and everything has been changed, axis and all these things, because touch will change the entire thing. Okay, there are specific commands you can change, only access time, only modify time, only change time is actually different concept, only access time, only modify time. These are the two things that you can change through touch command. Okay, let us consider the same thing. Okay, so this is where actually you can see the timestamps. Now it has got changed. Earlier it was 2016. Now you implemented touch command, the timestamp has been changed. Okay, so now going to the next one. Okay, now command touch to change the access time. Okay, you have to provide something like -a some file name, and to change the modify time -m file name. Okay, okay, this one is another pattern. Okay, now what I will do is, Now currently stat. Okay, this is the time 1851. Now 1853 has come. Okay, now what I am going to do is I am going to change only access time. Desktop Shashi Naveen F1. Okay, so press enter. Now let us check it out whether only one particular thing got changed. Okay, so 1853. 18 modified time is already present like that. Okay, so this particular change time will actually changes depending upon the attributes. So timestamp is also an attribute of the file. Okay, you have changed the timestamp, right? Timestamp is also an attribute of a file. Okay, so that is the reason this is also got changed. So you have actually changed the what is this one attribute, access time attribute you have changed. So that is the reason change time also changed, but modified time is not changed. You have provided only -m. Now what you will do is you will try to provide m. So first let us check it out the timestamp now. Timestamp is 1854. Now let us try to change the m. Now check it out. Okay, so modified time has been changed, whereas access time is not changed. Simultaneously, similar to the access time, modified time is also one of the attributes. So whenever you change some property of the file, change time will be affected. There are some times where access time and modified time will not be changed, but change time will be changed when you change the ownership or the permissions. Ownership or the permissions is not something reading the file or changing the content of the file. It is only changing the only the attributes of the file. Then only C time will be changed, not the A time or the M time. Okay, so this is about the touch commands changing of the time and simultaneously stat command. Now I will give one more option of this touch command. So to explicitly set the timestamp to a file. For example, I want to set the timestamp to a file. Now, how can I set it? Touch space hyphen small t. Okay, cc yy mm dd hh mm ss. So all these things, what are the definitions? Cc means specifies the first two digits of the year. YY specifies the last two digits of the year. If the value of the YY is between 70 and 99, the value of the CC is assumed to be 19. See, whenever something is in square brackets, okay, square brackets means optional. Whether you provide or not provide, it's not an issue. Okay, it will take. Similarly, this is also optional. But if you provide CC, it is mandatory to provide YY. Okay, if you provide CC, it is mandatory to provide YY. If you, yeah, entire thing, if you want to take it as an option, yes, you can take, no problem. But if at all you provide CC, you have to provide YY. If you did not, if at all you provide YY, it is not mandatory to provide CC. Okay, so CC is optional, and whereas if you provide CC, YY is mandatory. But if you want to provide entire YY CC entire thing as optional, because this one is also there in the square brackets. And here seconds is also optional, but the other things are mandatory. Okay, fine. Now here file name, later one file name has to be also there, right? Okay, now if at all you did not provide CC, okay, CC you did not provide, but YY you provided. And if that YY value is between 70 and 99, then CC is considered as 19. Okay, they are declaring before only. Now you may provide only 70 here. Now which one computer has to understand? Already a declared program is there. Okay, if you provide a value between 70 and 99, yes, it will think only as 19, don't expect 20. Okay, if the value of the year is between 00 and 37, okay, the value of CC digits is assumed as 20. It is not possible to set the date beyond January 18, 2038. Okay, so there is a limit for this. You cannot set the date stamp after 2038 January 18. It is a particular current limit. Okay, once your OS updates, automatically these sort of limits will be broke down. Okay, what do you say, something like whenever you recharge one SIM card, right, you will be getting lifetime period will be there, but it will be showing, okay, this particular balance is valid up to so and so year. Why? Because there is some contract between the company and the current state. So until that contract period they will promise. After that they cannot promise. So such type of concept here also implemented. Okay. So MM specifies the month, DD specifies the date, HH specifies the hour, MM specifies the minute, SS specifies the seconds. So this is what the command you have to use. Okay, so I am going to implement that one. So touch space hyphen am, both the timings I am going to change. So I will use one another time. Okay, same time I will use, but I will use another file. So what is the file I will work on? Desktop Shashi Naveen F. Okay, so touch hyphen a hyphen m hyphen t. Okay, both the timings I'm going to implement, and on the file this one, press enter. Now try to check it out. Okay, so 2038 is the time that you have given. So I need to explain, right? 2038 you have given, and 01 is the month, 18 is the date, 12 is the what is it, 12 is the minute hour, 05 is the minute, and 09 is the second. So that is what it got. And since you changed only the access and modified time, you saw only those two times are changed. Change time is not changed. Change time changes only when attributes are changed. And this actually you specific, actually this is also to be changed. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, yes. Change time is also changed, but actually it is changed to the current, 1 second. As per the current time it is changed. See, okay, this is a nice concept actually. See, when you have changed the access time and modified time, by the time 19th hour or 1859th hour you have changed, so that time it has got. When you have changed, that time it has got. Okay, earlier it was not there. Earlier different time is there, I think. Yes, 1854 it was there. And when you changed the access time and modified time, you changed the property. So the property has been changed. Since it is changed, the attribute got updated. So when attribute got updated, yes, change time is changed. But to which time the access time and modified time are set, that is not at all related to the change time. Okay, access time and modified time are set to different values. But when actually, as per operating system, when that attribute was changed, yes, only at the time of 1859 2013 4. Okay, that time will be updated. Okay, so that is what the change time, by which time that change time is updated, or change time, the change of the attributes were happened, which by which time change of the attributes were happened, so that time will be updated. And access time and modified time, yes, you are manually explicitly providing that time on the timestamp on a file. What is the requirement of explicitly providing this timestamp on a file? Because you want to remove all the files that were created before 10 days. Today is date October 4th. I want to remove all the files earlier to September 20. Okay, now what I will do, I will write some find command is there, or some other commands are there, remove all the commands depending upon the timestamp earlier to the September 20. Now I will write that command. Now but before September 20, I want this F1 file to be saved. I don't want to remove this file. I want to explicitly save this one. So then what I will do, I will touch this command to a particular timestamp. Okay, touch so and so timestamp, and then what I will do, I will try to run the command, remove command. Then this file will be saved. It will not get removed. Okay, so that is the reason actually we can explicitly set the access time, modified time, and we can provide the timestamp also specifically for the files. Okay, so this is about the touch command. And for the creation of the file, touch is used, but if you want to enter the data, we are going to see for the other slides. So until then, if you are having any queries or suggestions, please mail, chat, or contact me at my mail ID or mobile. So far, are you clear, or if you are having any doubts, please let me know. Bipin, Naveen, Srinivas, Sunil, Venkat and Venki. So Naveen is clear. I got one answer. And what about you, Bipin, Srinivas, Sunil? Venkat is clear. Good. Venki clear. Srinivas clear. Fine. Yes. Thank you, friends. So I'm currently closing this session. So far you're clear. Still, if you get any doubts or if you want a new requirement, okay. So something like just Srinivas or Naveen, they have asked, I want to display only last file. In that middle also, middle files are also getting displayed. I don't want something like that. If you get any such thing, yes, please post the questions. Or if you are unable to post the questions at the time of the classes, then write a mail whenever you remember. I will reply definitely to that mails. Or sooner I will create a WhatsApp group I have not yet created. So once after that one we have created, you can 24/7, no issues, except the times I sleep. Okay, so you can chat me, no issues. Fine. So currently I'm stopping the recording.